And I'm Carly Barnett. First this morning, let's send it over to Matt Daniel. Matt, you get to be the bearer of good news this morning.
Finally. It's been like 2 weeks. I've had to say like rain, more rain.
Thank you, Matt. Well, overnight, strong storms swept through central Georgia. This morning, a few roads in Monroe County still need a little work. Our Yvonne Thomas is live near Highway 41 South with a closer look. Good morning, Yvonne.
Carly, that's right. Sure they will, but for now, back to you.
All right, thank you, Yvonne. We will keep an eye on the roads throughout the morning. Well, this morning, the GBI continues to investigate a robbery in Macon that ended with Bibb deputies shooting and killing the suspect. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says one of their deputies responded to an armed robbery at the Circle K on Riverside Drive on Saturday night after a pedestrian flagged him down to alert him. Deputies say 39-year-old Shamir D'Angelo Terry fired a shot during the robbery before taking money and running off toward Applebee's next door. The deputy confronted Terry there, and the two got into a fight, moving toward the intersection of Pierce Avenue and Sheffield Road. The deputy tased Terry as a second deputy arrived on the scene. That's when authorities say Terry pulled out a gun and one of the deputies fired, killing him.
The deputy showed, dedication and bravery to follow someone that he believes or reasonably believes is fairly certain is armed up into a darkened street. And then the other deputy did is just as he's trained to go and back up the first deputy, and this is what transpired.
The Sheriff's Office says they are not releasing the names of the deputies right now. We also reached out to the Circle K, but they had no comment.
That is a huge lava front there, just consuming everything in its path. Massive amounts of molten rock, an unstoppable force of nature.
Some unbelievable video there this morning. Still more cause for alarm on Hawaii's Big Island as the Kilauea volcano continues to erupt. Officials are issuing more evacuation orders for residents who live in the path of lava. The eruption has already forced thousands of people to flee, but the lava flow has closed sections of main highways. Meanwhile, about a dozen people who ignored evacuation orders are now surrounded by flowing lava. Their only way out is by helicopter. Right now, more than a dozen fires are burning across 5 states in the western part of the country. The largest are in southern Colorado and in New Mexico. Drought conditions there range from extreme to exceptional, and hundreds of homes are threatened. Officials say strong winds are fueling this fire in northern New Mexico since Thursday. More than 30,000 acres have burned. Well, this morning, there you go, Carly. Here I am. Magic. Several areas are still waiting for the power to come back on. Obviously, if you're watching me right now, you're not one of them. Some of the largest outages were in the North Macon area on Zebulon Road as well as on Bass Road. This is a live look right now at Georgia Power outage map. You can see there are at least 500 outages in one neighborhood between Zebulon and Lamar Road. Crews are working to get power back on for all of their customers.
Well, this morning, the GBI continues to investigate after a Bibb County deputy shot and killed a man accused of robbing a gas station.
The Sheriff's Office says this all started Saturday night after a deputy responded to an armed robbery at the Circle K off Riverside Drive. Mary Grace Shaw went to the scene and explains how this situation unfolded.
Just before 11 o'clock Saturday night on 13 WMAZ News.
The Sheriff's Office says they are not releasing the names of the deputies right now. The GBI is handling the shooting investigation.
Now, we also reached out to the Circle K. They had no comment.
One of the president's attorneys says his legal team will fight any effort to force President Trump to testify in the Russia probe. In an interview yesterday, Rudy Giuliani went as far to say the president could shoot someone and not be indicted. John Schumo has the details. Giuliani said that a decision about an interview would not be made until after President Trump's summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on June 12th in Singapore. Right now, American Airlines is warning travelers of possible airfare hikes. American CEO Doug Parker says high fuel costs are hurting their profits. He insists if oil prices remain as high as they are now, that will eventually lead to higher ticket prices. Not ideal for summertime. Right now, some in Macon are celebrating the city's great artists. Last night, the Federated Garden Club of Macon hosted the Road to Georgia Legends themed flower show.
They featured flowers from different places across the state of Georgia. The show also included paintings, arts and crafts, and music paying tribute to Macon's music history and icons like the Allman Brothers.
President of the Garden Club, Ann Neely Beck, says garden shows like this one show the public what they can do in their own backyards.
Be grown in Georgia. Also, if I didn't know if you looked at the table over there, but we had about wildlife refuge in your backyard, habitats for butterflies, just things like that are good for the environment and good for the neighborhoods.
And this week marks the 90th anniversary of the Garden Clubs of Georgia.
It is now 6:41. Matt, at least people are going to have a good week to get out in the garden.
I know. It's going to be fantastic.
Welcome back. It is 6:44. Those storms last night were interfering with our Betty Bye time because that thunder kept rolling in. But the good thing is we got some really neat photos out of it.
I know. And this is one photo. And there's another picture sent in
That's my
by
picture.
Carly. I just titled the calm after the storm, doesn't it? I guess that would be.
Well, what
this before or
struck
after?
me, this was during. I mean, it was thundering
During?
and lightning, and when I had a moment, I was able to take this shot, and then I saw the lightning strike and ran back inside. But the colors with the storm going on around it were what was really striking to me.
I know. And like I told you, Carly, you got a really cool picture because you got a little bit of Mamadas here, too. So very incredible stuff.
Welcome back. It is 6:52. If you plan on flying somewhere for your summer vacation, here is something you might see at the airport.
And there's an organization training therapy dogs to travel around the country with people. Tyler Brown shows us how the pooches do their work.
They come in all shapes.
Oh, the dogs that pass the workshop will be officially certified as work dogs, and they help spread comfort all around the country.
Do you think your dog Coco could be a good therapy dog, Caitlin?
She's therapy to me, so I don't know about anyone else.
I'm sure she would be just great. We're back in just a minute with a final look at your forecast.
First, though, here's what's ahead on CBS this morning.
Coming up.
One last look at our top local stories this morning. More than a dozen people are without homes after lightning sparked a fire in Cordele Saturday. Thankfully, no one was injured, but Cordele EMS did have to rescue one person. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
A car ran off Zebulon Road and hit a tree, bringing down power lines. Sergeant Linda Howard with the Bibb Sheriff's Office says the driver was able to get out of the car and wasn't seriously hurt.
And Bibb County deputies shot and killed a man they say robbed a gas station and fought with officers. 39-year-old Shamir D'Angelo Terry allegedly fired a shot in the Circle K store, took money and ran. Deputies tased Terry, then shot him when he pulled out a gun.
And we're going to enjoy some quiet weather for today. You notice just a few clouds in Perry. 69 is the current temperature. Starting off with a little humidity this morning, but it will start to drop this afternoon. Highs near 90. One thing you'll definitely notice, besides the sunshine, temperature is pretty cool in the morning. We're going to wake up tomorrow morning in the lower 60s. It's going to feel very nice.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us for 13 WMAZ Morning.
The news continues throughout the day on 13WMAZ.com and MAZ Mobile.
CBS This Morning's next, and then we'll have more local news and weather in just 25 minutes.